while I'm live. I'm doing another one of these YouTube direct lives. um, so this is TFNation related, and well, we are not far away. We are very, very close. Um, I believe. Let me do the math. I'm not good at math, but off the top of my head, I think it's 5 days. Let me just think now. Today is now Friday at the time I'll be going live, so it is 20 past 1 currently. So 20 past 1 on Friday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh no, 6 days. 6 days until I travel to Birmingham, but it's actually 7 days for when the convention actually starts. So it's actually a full week. So it's a week today that TFNation kicks off officially, but it is actually 6 days until I actually travel, which is Thursday. So, yeah. Oh, yes, you do. TFNation is so close you can almost touch it and taste it. Yeah. Probably the wrong terminology to use there, but yeah, I am so goddamn excited. I am so excited for TFNation 2026. It's usually around about the week before is when it all starts to sink in much more. Obviously, I've been making a lot of stuff on the channel in regards to TFNation for probably quite a number of months now. I think I started my YouTube stuff like as soon as TFNation started announcing stuff in regards to TFNation 2026 is when I started making stuff. So that was probably I went to TFN Manchester in March, so it was shortly after March when they started announcing a lot of the major stuff in regards to TFN 2026. Because usually how it works with Transformers, with TFNation events, they work towards a specific event first, and then once that's over with, they then go into the next one. There is 3 official events for TFNation, 3 official convention events. You've got TFN Manchester, that is usually around March time. So around about like the Easter weekend, or basically, March anyway. It's usually in March. Then you've got, usually it's in August, the main one. But this year they brought it forward to July for the first time ever. It has never been this early. But it worked out in my favour though this time around. It has worked out in my favour because last year I had a massive problem, an absolute headache of a problem, simply trying to get the time off. I tried to get it off last year, TFN 2025, TFNation 2025. I always try to take at least a week. I try to take 5 days off. In regards to my work, I only have to work 4 days. Even though it is still a full week when you add it all up, the hours I work, but I only have to work 4. And so when it comes to booking in your holidays, you only have to put 4 days in order to take a week off. That's how it works. And but I usually take off. Obviously, I'm traveling up on the Thursday, which is a 5th day, so I have to take Thursday off as take the Thursday off as holiday. And then I try to take the Monday off at least for travelling home. But I always try to take at least a whole week off. So I always try to take at least a week off after the event because I'm usually absolutely zonked. After the event's finished because I don't know if anyone's ever been to a convention before. Has anybody experienced, especially if it's a good 2 or 3 day event, because TFNation, this year it's in July/August because it literally starts. It's literally kind of like the last day of July. So it's literally like the last day of July, and then it just goes into the beginning of August. So it's like July/August this year. But when you have a convention that is at least maybe 3 to 4 days, because obviously I'm there for 4 days. I come home the Monday. I'm traveling the Thursday, do the whole thing, and then I come home the Monday. So I'm there 4 days on the go constantly, and then obviously you've got traveling there and back, which takes out of you even more. Because if anybody's travelled for a fair distance, you know what I'm talking about. It does take a lot out of you. You don't realise it at the time. You really don't realise it at the time, but it really does take it out of you. You feel like you just do not have any energy left. Absolutely just sapped. And it's what's known as post-con blues. So I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that term before when it comes to other conventions, but there is something, I don't know if it's an official thing, like official, like medical term, but in regards to conventions, people have dubbed this phenomenon, if you want to call it that, something called post-con blues. And it basically, when you get back from a convention, everything you've experienced, everything you've done in that time that you've been away and you've been at the convention, the amount of walking you've done, the amount of stuff back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and talking with people, socializing with people, and all that kind of jazz that comes with going to a convention. And you just don't realize just how much it takes out of you physically. And when it's all over and done with, you get hit by a little bit of like, I know this sounds really bad, but when it's like post-con blues, it's almost like a mixture of exhaustion and depression. That sounds really weird to say it in that way, and for me to laugh as well, because obviously, please take me seriously if you watch this back when it's no longer live. I don't laugh when it comes to anything like mental health or depression, because obviously I've had issues with depression in my life, so I know what it feels like. I'm not laughing at that in that way. It's just post-con blues. All I can really describe it as is like a mixture of exhaustion and depression, because you literally depress. As when you get back, you literally depress, and you don't know what to do with yourself. So it's trying to kind of like keep busy, but you're so knackered you can't be asked to do anything. It's kind of like you're in that kind of weird la la land, if you want to call it that, in mindset. You really are. But of course, anybody, if you've been to a convention and if it's only like a day event, if it's like a 1 day convention, you're not really going to get that feeling as much, I don't think. But if it's a prolonged thing, like 4 days for me, so I'm going to be there for 4 days, constantly just back and forth. Also, there's 2 of those days I'm going to be traveling there and from. So that, it's all accumulates. It all does accumulate. But yeah, post-con blues is definitely a thing. But yeah, I'm just ecstatic now. I am just ecstatic. I cannot wait to get there. I cannot wait to just catch up with people. As I always say, I don't call them my friends. I call them my extended TFNation family. All the people that I've met over the years with going to these conventions. The hype train, choo-choo, is definitely in circulation. People are making videos. Some people some people have literally come out of the woodwork, so to speak. People that have like long stopped making videos on YouTube have actually come out and started making videos, or at least made a video in regards to TFN this year. It's been good to see my good friend Sammy, Skullgrim140. make a video response to myself with the questions I put out in regards to TFN. It was really good to see him make a video. It's been a long time since I've sat down and watched one of his videos. Also, like, we're a good friend Bisto Yeti. He has been really getting behind it and really trying to rally the troops, really try to get the hype out there as well. He's also responded to my questions and stuff as well. You've got Tony, son of SG1. He's been really cheerleading it. Obviously, me and Tony are the two main people that really kind of cheerlead TFNation. There is other people on YouTube that do it as well, but it was mainly Tony. Well, actually, there was other people before me and Tony did it. There was, I believe it was like George and Ray. There was George Exaggerated Elegy and Ray I Love Mess. They were kind of like the first sort of people that started making like the pre-TFN, the pre-auto assembly videos back then. It was auto assembly back then when they were doing it, and they no longer really do anything on YouTube as much anymore. Especially not Ray I Love Mess. He doesn't do it anymore. So basically, Tony, son of SG1, he kind of took it upon himself to just kind of like carry the legacy or carry the torch on for doing like pre videos for an upcoming convention. So Auto Assembly or TFNation. So he kind of carried it on, and then I kind of liked the idea, so I started doing it as well, just to kind of get the word of mouth out there. But with the difference with the videos, or I don't like using this term, but content, but the stuff that I produce in regards to conventions or TFNations or whatever, I do information videos, which not many other people do. I'm kind of glad that nobody else has done it, which I'm very happy that nobody else is. Well, I don't have a. Well, if somebody wanted to do it, I wouldn't have a problem with that, because end of the day, it's still somebody trying to get the word of mouth out there as well, which is fine. I'm absolutely fine with that. But I'm kind of glad that I'm kind of the only person that really goes into the information side. So basically, whenever they announce like a voice actor guest, a comic book artist, a writer, anything, or if there's some really important information that's been shared by the TFNation crew, I will then compile all that information and make it into a series of videos over a certain amount of months, and try to get the hype and try to get the interest in kind of like that way. So that's usually what I do. I largely do information videos in regards to any upcoming TFNation events. So that's usually what I do. But that's mainly what I do. But I also kind of like do questions, like not Q&As, but I try and compile questions as well. Tony does the same thing. Son of SG1, he does the same thing where he asks questions, and then also I do that as well. I've got a list of questions that I ask as well, just to get more of a ball rolling. So it's just good to see people talking about the upcoming event when they are going to it, of course, and it's just good to see it. It just creates good morale. It creates a bit of a vibe, and it creates a bit of excitement, and also it gets eyes to it as well. It gets eyes to it. It gets attention to the event, because I'm not saying this in a big-headed way, but with me doing the videos that I do when it comes to TFNation events, and also in the past auto assemblies as well, the word of mouth is a very powerful thing. The word of mouth is a very powerful thing. It really, really is. Why I say it in that way is that I think I've actually spoken to people in person that have been to past TFNations or auto assemblies that are going there for like the first time, and I find out from them that they discovered it through either myself or Tony or somebody else talking about it, and that inspired them to take the next leap and go themselves. And that to me really speaks volumes. And I'm so happy that the videos that I produce and put out there do kind of inspire other people to do it as well, or to take that extra, to take that extra step. Because, I mean, I've been going to conventions now since 2010. My very first time going to a convention was 2010, which was an auto assembly. And I've been going to them. I've been traveling to Birmingham in the UK ever since 2010, and I've been going ever since. And when Auto Assembly finished, then TFNation took over. I carried on going to every event that was a physical event, because there was 2 years we don't really talk about where it went virtual, where a lot of conventions ended up going virtual because of a certain thing that was happening at that point in time, where everything was locked down and nobody was allowed to travel and stuff. So there was those two times where there wasn't a physical event because of that. But anyway, I've been to every event. I've been to every single TFNation thus far. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I never get sick of it. I never get sick of it at all. I never get sick of it. I absolutely love TFNation. I love the crew are really, really good. You can tell that they live for that event. They constantly, because like I said, there's 3 events per year now. There was only ever the one, usually in August, the main one. That was the main one. That was it. And then after those 2 years where it went virtual, when we was all in lockdown, when they came back, they announced Manchester, which originally was just originally it was called TFN Minicon. TFN Minicon Manchester, which was the first year where they did like a 1-day event only. It was just a 1-day event in Manchester. Yeah, so they did that, and it went down really, really well, and it actually kind of helped the convention survive. We've not been able to kind of like earn any money or whatever, because with not having a physical event, they was unable to really earn any money, and it almost crippled them. It almost made them end up. TFNation almost ended, which I'm very fortunate. I feel very happy that never actually happened in the end. But yeah, so they announced shortly after lockdown, a minicon, TFN Minicon Manchester, but now it's no longer, they dropped the minicon now, and it's now TFN Manchester. It's still a 1-day event, but they sort of now they kind of do stuff that on the day before, so it's technically a 2-day event now. They do, basically, it's the main day is on a Saturday, so the actual convention itself is a Saturday event only. But the Friday, the day before, they usually kind of put on like evening, nighttime stuff. So they kind of do stuff on the Friday. So it's technically, you could say, it's a 2-day event now in Manchester. So it's no longer a mini-con, it's actually a full-fledged event now. So they just call it TFN Manchester. But now they've also announced, they tried Reading. They did a TFN Reading, which again was it's exactly the same as TFN Manchester, but there's one that's usually around November time as well. So there's one usually around November time as well, and last year they did it in Reading, but apparently a lot of people said the location, that there was a lot of like feedback about the location for Reading, and a lot of people thought it was either maybe a bit too small, or they didn't like it for whatever reason. So they're no longer doing TFN Reading. They're now doing Swindon. Is it Swindon? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but yeah, they're doing somewhere else now. So yeah, they do 3 events per year now. So they're very busy bees behind the scenes. They really are. But anyway, so I'm not going to hang on for much more. I just wanted to make this because I know Bisto Yeti, Tony, and a few other people have been making the hype train choo-choo videos, but to highlight it is like a week before. It's officially a week. It's literally a week today. It's a week today. Now Friday, because obviously we're on Friday morning. Well, here in the UK, anyway. Excuse me. So yeah, so a week today, TFNation. So in 7 days from now, from today, TFNation kicks off officially. But it's actually 6 days until we travel. Myself, Sam, Fake Sam, or Sam Firestone, and my good friend Tony, One, all 3 of us will be travelling to Birmingham on this coming Thursday. So yeah, I'm going to end on this note then. So very excited, cannot wait to see everybody and catch up with people. So I'm going to finish on this note. I am setting up tonight. Obviously, I was going to do it. Well, now Thursday. So I was going to do it on Thursday evening. I just forgot to do it. But I'm going to do it tonight before I go to bed. I'm going to set up my pre-TFNation live stream for later this evening. Now, we're on Friday now. Later this evening, if you're interested, come by my channel, my TFKnowlesy channel. I'll be doing a live stream at my pre-TFNation live stream. I'm going to be joined by a group of individuals, including myself, of course, for a pre-TFNation 2026 live stream. So fellow individuals that are going along to the event as well will be joining me. It's just a chilled out thing, talking about the event, getting everybody's opinion on what they're looking forward to and this, that, and the other. Try and generate a bit of a chat going on in the chat as we are live, and try and get, if there's anyone asks a question, we try to answer it. That kind of thing. It's just a chilled out hangout sort of thing. Nothing really special. It's just a chilled out group of individuals talking about toys, talking about TFNation, talking about whatever we want to talk about, and just have a really interesting discussion in regards to it. And any information that we've not yet spoken about, because I'm going to be talking about the schedule. TFNation, the crew, the TFNation crew have published the schedule for TFNation 2026 on the website, and they always usually do that roughly about a week before the event is due to come around. And so we're going to, hopefully, if I can, we're going to go through that. We're going to go through the schedule, the different panels, and things of that nature, and all that kind of jazz. So that's kind of be the topic of conversation and stuff. But yeah, so if you're interested, I will be going live this evening now from 7 p.m. UK time here on the TFKnowlesy channel. I will be going live for my pre-TFNation live stream, TFNation 2026 live stream. If you're interested, pop on by, come and say hello. Be respectful. If there is any crappy comments, there's going to be a lot of eyes on the comments. So as soon as anything disrespectful comes through, you will be banned and bye-bye off of it, because it's not that kind of thing. It's just a chilled out, safe environment for everybody. So you've been warned. But thank you. Take care of yourselves. I'll be going now. I'm going to go and set up the stream ready for this evening. Later this evening from 7 p.m. UK time here on the channel. See you there. Take care. And also, I will see you all in a week's time. Well, 6 days to a week's time, depending on when you're getting there. See you soon. Bye-bye.